Right now at 5, the Franciscan Sisters of Perpetual Adoration are answering an emergency call for help at the southern border.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good afternoon, everyone. That is our top story today. The team of 5 heading to Arizona to volunteer at Casa Alitas, one of 19 Catholic Charities border sites. Those sites are dealing with a significant number of new immigrants, including children. The La Crosse team will help provide medical care and distribute clothing and meals. Now, this is the first trip to the border for most of the FSPA team. The sisters are looking forward for the opportunity to help and see firsthand what's happening.
Anytime people are suffering, I would hope that we as a community would be attentive to that. And if we can help out in any manner, it would be really our choice to do it. So it's kind of a calling.
The FSPA team will also spend some time at a center in Mexico, and I'll be checking in with those sisters during their trip. Stay tuned to News 8 Now for updates. Police today are working to identify the human remains found Sunday by 2 people picking up trash along Highway 53 in Onalaska. Officials say the remains have been in that spot for a while. Additional state agencies are assisting with the investigation, including the Wisconsin State Patrol, the Department of Justice's Crime Scene Response Team, and the La Crosse County Medical Examiners. Officials say it may take several weeks or longer to identify the body. Investigators say there is no danger to the public. We'll have an update on this story tonight at 6. The La Crosse School District Superintendent says the district last week recorded its highest level of close contacts to date. The majority of those close contact COVID cases were in the high school. According to the most recent data, there are 48 new close contacts district-wide and 7 active cases of COVID-19. There is 1 classroom closure. A La Crosse priest has been ignoring COVID-19 gathering restrictions and claiming vaccines are useless despite the advice of health experts. Video from an Easter service shows Reverend James Altman presiding over a crowded Easter service at St. James the Lesser Catholic Church. Many are seen not wearing masks. Now, the Diocese of La Crosse says it is working privately on the issue. La Crosse County Health Department says it is also aware of the event. In a statement to News 8 Now, the spokeswoman wrote, "Following the guidance for in-person religious events, weddings, funerals, and other similar celebrations that was established by the Cooley COVID Collaborative, wear a mask at all times, stay 6 feet apart, and ensure proper ventilation in all communal spaces." Well, there are 367 new cases of COVID-19 in Wisconsin, no new reported deaths. Vaccinators administered 5,700 doses of the vaccine statewide. According to the State Department of Health Services, 42% of Wisconsinites have received at least 1 dose of the vaccine. 31% have completed their vaccine series. Vaccine hesitancy is becoming the latest coronavirus challenge. In some communities, supply is outpacing demand. A new CBS News poll shows that more than 1 in 5 Americans, or 22%, say they will not get the vaccine. Another 18% are still unsure.
We don't need to have every American vaccinated, but we do need to have most. And I hope most Americans decide this is really a safe and effective vaccine that is good for them and it's good for their families.
Doctors at Gunderson Health System say more patients are skipping their 2nd dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Updated recommendations from the CDC say you should get your 2nd dose within 6 weeks of receiving your first. Docs say getting the 2nd dose will help keep our community safe.
There was just another study released that said the protective response is a bit unpredictable if you only get 1 dose. So it's actually really important to get that 2nd dose.
Dr. Nike says Gunderson is working with community partners to improve vaccine availability and accessibility to ensure that people who want to get fully vaccinated can do it as easy as possible. Well, Gunderson will begin administering a limited supply of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine again next week. Federal health officials lifted a 10-day pause on that vaccine Friday after investigating about a dozen reports of rare blood clots. The vaccine will now include an extra labeling. Gunderson's vaccine expert says it is important to keep in mind keep the numbers in perspective. There have been more than 8 million doses of the vaccine successfully administered without any reported problems. A new pilot program could give Americans the chance to test themselves for COVID-19 at home. At first, this rapid testing kit will be handed out in just 2 counties in North Carolina and Tennessee. But the goal of the program is to see if home testing affects people's behaviors and slows transmission by comparing rates of transmission to similar communities without the kits.
The technology to be able to do testing at home has really just gotten invented. And let's be clear, we're not over the risks of this pandemic. We still have 40 or 50,000 people a day testing positive.
As of this morning, program managers say they've handed out nearly 15,000 test kits. Well, after a cool weekend where some of us even saw a few flurries out there, it's warming up a bit, but Bill, still pretty windy out there.
Yeah, it's been a breezy spring, and you're right. As advertised, it was a cool weekend. Highs in the lower to middle 50s, kind of a mix of sun, clouds, even some raindrops, some ice pellets, and some snowflakes in spots as well. So it was warmer today, especially south of I-90. We've got a frontal boundary sitting just to our south. 53, the high in Eau Claire, 64 in La Crosse, 77 in Boscobel. So a huge range in temperatures north to south. Now currently skies are mostly cloudy, and we've got a little batch of rain and even a few isolated thunderstorms north of the Twin Cities. Those will impact areas up towards Rice Lake, northern parts of Wisconsin, maybe some light showers or sprinkles around Eau Claire over the next hour or two. And look at these temperatures: 52 in Eau Claire, 64 in La Crosse, 75 in Prairie du Chien as that front sits just to our south, and it's quite warm and sunny on the southern side of that front. Otherwise mostly cloudy around here, slight chance of showers and a few thunderstorms overnight. Pretty mild though, with overnight lows around 53. It will be cooler to the north and warmer to the south. I'll have the rest of my 8-day forecast that's coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Bill. See you then. The CDC is updating its guidance for summer camps. Under the new recommendations, camps can open as long as multiple prevention strategies are in place. That includes the use of masks, physical distancing of 3 feet between campers, and 6 feet between campers and staff. The guidelines say camp activities should be held outside when possible. The CDC is also encouraging everyone eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine to get it. And applications are being accepted for some summer camps in our area. The Wiscor Nature-related camp starts June 7th and continues each week through mid-August. All programming takes place in and around the Myrick Park Nature Center. The camp will have reduced operating capacity for social distancing, and all campers and staff will be required to wear masks. Time is running out to sign up for the La Crosse Area Family YMCA's No Boundaries Camp. The all-inclusive camp will be held for the first time this June and will include activities like sports and fitness to daily living skills. A pre-screening form is available now through May 7th. We have a link with information on our website, news8000.com. Well, as many as 34 million U.S. kids will continue to have access to meals during the summer months. The Department of Agriculture will continue its program that replaced school meals for students learning virtually during the pandemic. Families of eligible children will receive nearly $7 per child for each weekday. Children qualifying for the new summer program benefit, they will do so if they are already eligible to receive free or reduced price meals during the school year. Oh boy, Wisconsin's population grew 3.6% over the past decade, but that fell short of the state's 6% growth rate between 2000 and 2010. Based on the latest census released today, the state will continue to have 8 representatives in the U.S. House. Across the U.S., 7 House seats will move. That is the lowest number of seat changes in 100 years. Minnesota's population is up 7.6% over the past decade. It will also maintain its 8 U.S. representatives. A baseball stadium, wedding, and even medical services can now be paid for with digital currency. How Bitcoin is going mainstream when we return. Cryptocurrency has been big with investors trading the digital currency, but it really has yet to break through with consumers as a mainstream way to buy goods and sell goods. But that may be changing. Nancy Chen explains.
When baseball recently welcomed back spectators, it marked the start of something new at the home of California's Oakland A's. Fans watched from a season suite paid for with Bitcoin, the first time cryptocurrency was used to buy a Major League Baseball ticket.
We thought starting with the suite sale, which is typically about $65,000 for a year, and Bitcoin was approaching 60,000, we said it's a perfect time to demo this and to see if it has any traction.
Dave Cavell is the team's president.
Given where you are, it makes sense that you're the first professional baseball team to be trying this out.
Our fans are all over the Bay Area and Silicon Valley. I think there's an opportunity down the line where even sponsors could theoretically pay with Bitcoin, and we can use other aspects of cryptocurrency in our business.
And it's not just the A's. Elon Musk recently announced people can use Bitcoin to drive away with a Tesla. This Nashville hotel accepts cryptocurrency for weddings, and even medical services can be paid for with it.
Some people think that it's more private and more secure.
San Francisco Dr. Paul Abramson started accepting Bitcoin about 9 years ago, but it hasn't been easy.
It's kind of hard for us right now to convert it into dollars in an efficient way. And the tax consequences are a little less clear these days. So we're trying to really just sort of limit our exposure to Bitcoin transactions right now.
And cryptocurrency's wild swings in value is keeping many people from jumping on the bandwagon. So it's not clear if use of the digital money will ever become as widespread as dollars and cents. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
The Venmo payment app is now letting customers buy and sell cryptocurrency. Well, if you've been putting it off, don't. Why experts say you need to reschedule any pandemic dental visit you missed. That when we return.
And I'm meteorologist Bill Grahl. We do have a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms the next couple of days. I will have the details of my 8-day forecast up next.
Even though the COVID-19 pandemic delayed dental care for many families, Consumer Reports says now is the time to get back on track. Martha Kolaski explains in today's On Your Side.
Many families have delayed dental visits due to the pandemic, but dentists say precautions are in place, so pick up the phone and make an appointment.
Now is a good time to get back on track with your kids' oral health. Dental offices are following rigorous safety measures so parents can feel comfortable taking their kids to the dentist.
Pediatric dentist Dr. Runal Parmar agrees.
Everything with the pandemic, a little apprehension is normal. It's still very important to maintain good oral health. The routine checkups are important because we want to maintain that proper care and that foundation.
Cavities are the most common childhood disease. The American Academy of Pediatrics says that by age 3, 1 in 4 children will have 1 or more cavities. That's why it's important to teach our children good oral hygiene habits from an early age.
Your child's first dental visit should be within 6 months after their first tooth erupts and no later than their first birthday, and then every 6 months after that.
It goes beyond the scope of just clean teeth. It also helps, build habits and routines for children, which also carry to other aspects of their life.
And it's also important for parents to help kids maintain healthy habits at home.
Brushing twice a day, flossing. Kids are no different than adults, right? We take care of ourselves. You want to take care of their teeth.
For News 8 Now, I'm Martha Kolaski on your side.
Now, as soon as your child has a tooth, help them by brushing twice a day with fluoride toothpaste about the size of a grain of rice. Oh boy, this weekend we saw a little bit of everything. Sunshine, rain, in some parts a few snow flurries. Bill, pretty dry out there for the most part today, but it keeps looking like it wants to dump on us at any time.
Yeah, and even though we did get a little bit of rain over the weekend, we really haven't had a good soaking rain for some time. So the region continues to be quite dry, and we could actually use some rainfall. So we do have some in the forecast, and we could see some showers and even some thunderstorms over the next couple of days. We've got some dark skies to the north and west, but some brightening skies to the south, and the high today was 64, the low 41, so pretty much right on track for this time of year. 64 and 42 are the averages. No rain or snow in the La Crosse area today. Sun sets this evening at 8:02, and it rises tomorrow morning at 6:02. 64 degrees right now with a mainly cloudy sky. Winds out of the east at 7, the pressure falling, and the Mississippi falling as well, 7.17 feet. So we have lots of clouds in our neck of the woods. Now, most of the rain today has been well to our north. In fact, even north of the Twin Cities, up towards Rice Lake, some showers and even some isolated thunderstorms. Earlier today, they had some snow this morning over northeastern parts of Wisconsin. I know we need some moisture, but I don't think most of us would want that in the form of snow right now. But boy, this frontal boundary is an incredible difference between cooler air to the north of it and sunshine and much warmer air to the south. And then these disturbances kind of riding along the front are going to be what's going to bring us kind of periodic chances for some showers and storms. Look at these temperatures though, mid 80s to around 90 degrees from portions of Kansas and Nebraska back through Missouri and Iowa, 85 in Des Moines, 64 here in La Crosse, low to mid 30s farther north up towards, say, Duluth and also the UP of Michigan. Even locally, 52 in Eau Claire, 64 here in the Crosse, 77 in Boscobel. So we're talking a 25-degree temperature swing from Eau Claire to Boscobel. That's not that far apart the way a crow flies. And you can also see where the front is with winds from the east north of it and winds from the south to the south of the front. So the front is sitting literally just to the south of La Crosse. Now tonight we do have a slight chance for some showers and a few thunderstorms. It's only about a 2, maybe 3 in 10 chance. Better chances later tomorrow and into tomorrow night, and then we'll see kind of periodic rain chances into Wednesday as well. But the thunder chances should start to diminish as we head into Wednesday. Now the Storm Prediction Center does have most of our area in a level 1 of 5 risk for a strong to severe storm. That means just an isolated chance at a strong to severe storm, and the local time it would be later tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night. So we'll keep that keep an eye on that for you. And the main threat would be some hail. Now lows tonight, quite a difference north to south. Lower 40s to the north, lower 50s here in La Crosse. And then down to the south, lows around 60 degrees. Again, that front making all the difference. So for tonight, mostly cloudy, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, 53 here in La Crosse. Tomorrow, scattered showers and storms, especially later in the day and into tomorrow night. Now it's going to be a lot cooler to the north. We'll try to make a run towards 70 here in La Crosse. You could be close to 80 down in Prairie du Chien tomorrow. And then still a chance of showers on Wednesday and Thursday, highs closer to 60. Friday and Saturday looking dry. And then some periodic chances for rain crop up again Sunday through Tuesday with highs primarily in the 60s and 70s over the next 8 days. So a pretty spring-like forecast.
Close to 80 down in Prairie du Chien?
Yeah, quite a difference north to south with this front sitting right on top of the region.
Okay, thanks, Bill.
Okay.
A famous face is keeping rivers clean, and now it's going to get some help. Details next.
Tuesday on News 8 Now this morning, Wisconsin's leading doctor has a warning for residents as variant cases are on the rise around the state.
And a brewery is releasing a beer that tastes bad on purpose. We'll tell you why. It's all for a good cause.
Have a great Monday night. More News 8 Now is coming up after the break.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
Littering is a problem nationwide. Now, people do come together and often clean up land and in marshes, but harbors are more difficult. Well, that is where Mr. Trash Wheel comes in. You see him there, the googly-eyed garbage grabber is the first part of an effort to keep the Baltimore Harbor clean.
Every day on my way to work, I'd think about the problem and think about what we could do about it. If we didn't pick it up, it's causing problems not just for weeks or months or even years, it's causing problems for hundreds of years.
He's a cute little guy. Mr. Trash Wheel is joined by Professor Trash Wheel, Captain Trash Wheel, and soon there will be a fourth member of the family, Glinda, the Trash Wheel of the West. Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. We'll have a preview of what's coming up at 6 when we come back, and Bill will join us one more time with your Monday night forecast.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, the Justice Department expands its investigation into unfair policing practices, this time in the police department that was involved in Breonna Taylor's death. Plus, car seat safety. Congress takes action after our 6-year investigation of rear collisions when seatbacks fail. And this story, Stitches in Time, the volunteers who are using their love of sewing to save lives during the pandemic. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
And I'm Mike Thompson. Coming up tonight on News 8 Now at 6, we'll have some new information about those human remains found in Onalaska over the weekend. Police are working with the family of a missing man to determine an identity of those remains. The latest coming up at 6.
And expect mostly cloudy skies tonight with a slight chance for some showers and a few thunderstorms in spots. Fairly mild, lows around 53. Tomorrow, 60s and 70s across the region with a chance of showers and thunderstorms.
All right, thank you, Bill, and thank you, everyone. We hope you have a wonderful night. We'll see you back here at 6.